Look at me. Look at me. Now, back in the old days, we used to keep files about Brookhill and stuff. Sorry, Facebook. Anyway, and so I was looking at some old files, and there used to be a time that we stopped doing it for like 4 or 5 years, Carnival Night. And I was like, what's up with that? And the only thing that was written in these files was where it said Carnival Nightmare. Carnival Nightmare. And I was like, well, what is this? So I went up and asked a whole lot of people that were older than me, and I said, hey, do you know anything about Carnival Nightmare? And they would go, and I'm like, okay, breathe, inhaler, you know what I'm saying, get you, can we talk about this? And, all right, counselors, click it and be done. All right, now, sweet, God love you. The bean pit. All right, now, and so I asked this guy, and he started hyperventilating, and I was like, oh, and I was like, relax, and I was like, I just want to know about Carnival Nightmare, and I was like, smoking is bad for you, and he was like, I don't smoke, and I was like, well, what was all that? And he was like, I'm scared. Oh. Of what? He's like, you don't know. You don't know. And I was like, that's why I'm asking. You don't know. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to someone else because you're freaking me out. And so I went and asked this other old lady, and I said, oh, excuse me, Mrs. Old Lady. Do you know anything about Carnival Nightmare? And I was like, is that a yes? And she's like, oh, lad, you don't know. And I was like, cool accent. And she's like, let me tell you the story. The way it really occurred. And I was like, all right, tell me. We got popcorn and some Cheetos and Raisinets. Anybody like Raisinets in the popcorn? I'm talking about, you know. So I was like, tell me. And she was like, oh, lad, you see, it happened a wee long ago. And I was like, long ago? and then she said, it all happened with a boy and a girl. And I was like, oh, you're talking about Genesis, Adam and Eve. No. I was like, okay. And she's like, it was on the island, and it was night, just like tonight. And it was a camp just like you. And there was a boy around all of the other boys. And he saw a girl. Gets better. And the boy talked to the other boy. And he said, hey, look at that girl over yonder distant way. And all of the guys were like, what? And he's like, yeah, man, go over there. I'm gonna go get a picture with her. And all of his friends were like, she's not gonna take a picture with you. Look at you and look at her and look at you. And so he went over there and he was like, man, shoot, y'all don't know me, man. I'm like, And so he walks over there and he goes to the girl and he says, hey. She's like, hey. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's right. What's right? You want to take a picture with me, don't you? Excuse me? Yeah, I was sitting over here and I was noticing that nobody else would take a picture with you, so it's your lucky day. I'm going to take a picture with you. And this girl was like, what? And she was like, what are you talking about? And girls have that what that makes you feel stupid. You know what I'm saying? What? And like you're a guy and you're like, you know what I'm saying? And so this girl's like, what are you talking about? And he goes, no, for real. You know what? Hey, you know, I know probably the only people who hang out with you are your mom and dad because they have to. So how about let's get one picture that you actually have a friend in it, and it'll be me. And she looked at him and she was like, go away. And he was like, I didn't want to take a picture with you anyway. Yeah, you break the camera. And she was like, oh, good one. And he was like, forget you. And so he walked back over to his friends and he was like, you know, she's a picture Nazi. I don't know. She don't like pictures. She's scared. You know what I'm saying? And so one of the guys was laughing and he's like, you don't know how to do it. He's like, what are you laughing about? He's like, that's not how you talk to a lady. And he was like, well, why don't you go show me how to talk to a lady? And so the dude went over there and he was like, hey,